congratulations to you all on the film. Robert, I've read that you're a massive Jack Nicholson fan, and I'm just curious, are there any plans for you perhaps to work together, or have you discussed the idea?
I don't have any plans to, no. I mean, you just did, didn't you?
I just worked with Jack, and it was like the greatest experience ever. He's my favorite actor. I think he's so extraordinary. He's worked with so many incredible people.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'd love to hear from you. I'll give you his email. We'll all chat.
A lot of people wouldn't know there was a movie you worked in, I think it was back in 2004, Vanity Fair, and Reese, you so don't look old enough to play Rob's mum, but you did. How awkward is that? You worked as his mum before, and now you're doing a sex scene with the guy.
This is what you get for talking about the snot.
It's totally payback. No, it's not weird at all. I don't know. We did this movie. He was 17. I was 27. I played his mom, and we did this scene, and it didn't end up in the movie, and it was totally implausible then. And I was wearing a weird wig, and he had on like one of those Prince William costumes.
How was that Prince William?
No, it was like you were a super military guy, weren't you?
I don't know.
I don't either. No, my girlfriend called me up, and it was right when all the Twilight movies were doing really well, and she said, "It's so great that you worked with that guy." And I was like, "What are you talking about? I hadn't worked with that guy." And she goes, "Yes, you did. You played his mother in a movie. He said it in Vanity Fair." It's like, I am horrified right now. This is horrifying. But no, yeah, I mean, whatever, you know. I think in the movie, it's like I don't know. I'm playing 30 and he's playing 24. And
yeah, exactly.
Nobody makes any big deal about Christoph and I, and Christoph and I have a 25-year age gap.
Exactly, yeah.
But nobody talks about that.
It's all about the old woman, the cougar thing. Now, Rob, just a quick one for the women of Australia as well. You seem to go for a lot of roles where they're very Romeo and Juliet, forbidden love. Are you a romantic yourself? And what's one of the most romantic things you've ever done in your life?
Sorry, that was really sexy, wasn't it? What was a romantic thing? I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I'm really romantic. I don't really know. I'm not like I don't really do sort of cheesy stuff. I don't think. I hope not. I don't know. I don't know. I think the romantic things you do, I've never realised that they're romantic when I'm doing them. I mean, if you try and be romantic, generally people are like, "Oh, that's really sweet." Yeah. But like, yeah, the times when girls have thought things are romantic. I left a rose in someone's locker in school. That was about it.
Francis, you've done an amazing job of recreating 1930s era circus life. What went into developing the whole look, the costume design, and I believe you actually created a whole big top for the actors to act against?
I think everything started from the idea that the story is really about an old man remembering the specific time in his life that made him who he was, and so I wanted to really romanticize that. And so that really gave me and the production designer Jack Fisk and the costume designer Jackie West and the cinematographer Rodrigo a foundation, sort of a point of view to go in and create the look and feel. And so we did loads and loads of research on the 30s and found how to build the great old tents. And back then they were all made out of canvas and wax, and so the light was always really beautiful. Found the colors of the trains and all the details and the way that all the textures were kind of worn down and greasy and grimy. And Jackie West would look at all the old films from the 30s and real reference photos, but then we would kind of tailor it, to each and everybody's bodies. And, it was just sort of built from there. But I think everybody came in with the same sort of love of the era and the idea of romance and magic and kind of a naturalistic beauty. And that's how it all kind of began.
And Is it true that you even adopted the traditional methods to erect the big top?
We did, yeah. I mean, everything you see in our circus is authentic. The big tops and all the tents that we put up have all the real wooden stakes in and the old kind of hemp rope and the big, center poles that were built from, ship masts. And we had to train the guys that we hired to be our circus workers that are in the movie. They actually learned how to put the big top up. So when you see that sequence, that's actually our actors putting up the big top the way that they used to be put up.
Thank you. And Ris, I can imagine just stepping into those costumes transported you or made you believe that you're the star attraction, but acting against the backdrop of the big top, did that even enhance your performance?
It was a really inspiring experience to be able to work with these authentic sets and be in the tents and with all the animals there every day, the zebras and the camels and the elephants and the tigers. And also we had a lot of Cirque du Soleil and different circus performers doing, who they are actually cast. They were part of the cast. So during lunch they would do their routines, and it was incredible. It was one of those sets where you just want to kind of sit around and hang out and absorb the ambiance. And Francis really created that world for us. And as an actor, you can't hope for anything more than that.
And you were also the first actor to sign on. What was it about the actual story of Water for Elephants that you resonated with?
I think that the thing I came away with when I read the book, but also when I saw the film, was it's a very hopeful story. I think there's so many times in our lives we feel limited in our lives, and whether it's due to a relationship or a life experience, that the idea that second chances are possible in life, and that it's so important to take risks. And I thought Hal Holbrook's performance was just incredibly inspiring, in that the reminiscence of the adventures of your life are so important. It's so important to live a full life.
Has Twitter ruined your guys' lives? Like Rob, your location gets tweeted a lot. That must annoy you, does it?
Yeah. I mean, it's a weird thing that people. I've never understood why it's so popular. Apart from for people who do it for their business, just for the average person. I mean, that's my only relationship with Twitter. Like, I've never used it for any. I've never found anything interesting on it. It's just I don't even know how it works really, but it's kind of, you can, whenever I go into a restaurant and there's like one other person in the restaurant and you see them on their phone going like, then you just literally want to go over and shove it down their throat and hope yeah, then it's like, yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah.
I think, well, you didn't even ask me, but this is going to shock you. I have an opinion about it. Like, there's something about not. I read some study or something about people who text all the time and this kind of thing, and that children who don't see people's reactions or their faces when they say something mean on the internet, or they say something sort of nasty or racy or something like that, is that we're losing a part of our consciousness where we actually care about human interaction. Like, wouldn't it be much cooler to just come up and say, "Hey, Rob, I'm a great big fan of yours," and then like go home and tell your friends?
And that will be so much better as well.
That would be so much cooler.
And then also when they leave, then you're not just leaving, because I don't understand the thing where people want to have a whole crowd instead of having an independent interaction with someone. Right. They want to go like, I want it to be a complete mayhem when you leave this restaurant. It's like it's so strange. Instead
of just saying hi and like going, "Hey, I'm just a human being and I actually enjoy your work," and he'd probably say, "Hello, I've actually seen him with lots of fans," and he's like,
"Go away."
No, you wait. He's actually very friendly.
That's okay when you're eating dinner, but not in the middle of the meal, at the start of the meal, the end of the meal. Rob, what guidelines have you got for fans like myself?
I mean, generally, I don't mind people coming up at all, unless, like, I don't like people being sneaky. That's the only thing. And like Twitter and taking like little photographs and stuff, it's just like, I just feel like it's kind of stealing. But people come up and saying nice things. That's why we're doing it in the first place. Like, I mean, you want people to like your stuff, hopefully. I just don't understand the sneakiness of people, how they don't feel kind of embarrassed. But I don't know.
Ty, who played Rosie the elephant in Water for Elephants. I did speak to Ris about how she was with the animals, but you must have got close to Ty, and what was that like?
Yeah, no, I mean, it was kind of... Luckily, I didn't have to do anything difficult with her at all. I could just hang out with her all the time, which has made my job the easiest thing I've ever done. I mean, it's a strange thing when you go to work. Most of the time when you're doing movies and it's a kind of hard, like long hours and stuff, everybody looks so grumpy when you're going to work. And if you just have an elephant there, everybody's saying good morning to the elephant. Everybody's in a good mood. I mean, you could literally put an elephant in any office in the world, and people would be so much more productive. They'd love it. But no, I loved every minute of it. It was kind of, yeah, I thought, and I think she's quite a special elephant as well. I mean, she's kind of different to the other elephants I've met. I do actually, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, could I please ask you to thank Francis Lawrence, Риз Уизерспун and Rob Pattinson. They will be on the red carpet, heading to the State Theatre tonight from 6 o'clock. And, of course, the film opens nationally on May 12. So if you could all remain seated while the guys leave, thanks. But another round of applause, and thank you very much.